the earlier you begin to get your, you begin to do your assignments, do a lot of practice, then you are going to get, things right. But if you stay idle without, practice what you have learned in the past, it's going to be difficult, because in as much we wait, except we come online like this, as a student, is not okay for the learner, because every opportunity, every little time, every opportunity you have to try what you have learned in the past. You need to learn what you have learned in the past. So the last time we go through some Microsoft Word, in which we create an invoice. So this night again, we are going to repeat the same thing for the sake of those who are not online. Who are not in the physical class that day. So we are going to repeat the same thing tonight. So let me share with you what we are going to be doing together tonight. Let me go to my screen. Share you two people. So this is what we are going to be doing tonight together. A lot of you may think, oh, this is very difficult. It's not too difficult. And if you people could remember the last time when I was there in class, I say that it depends on the level of your interest. It depends on the level of your interest. So if you put much interest to any subject, then the more you are going to understand that particular subject. And I say that day also, most of you will have problem in holding mouse, and that is the area where some of you lack. Practice make perfect, as they said. That practice make perfect. So we try to undergo this Microsoft Word design tonight. So I think some students are saying here that they are having problem of joining the network. So what you will do is that you try to, let me see, just start. You see. So you can just restart your PC, or maybe any of your disk that you are using. You can restart it. So if and one thing again is that if you are not, except you want to ask questions, please you try to mute yourself, because background noise is not good. So once you are not on the business, except maybe if you want to ask question, then you can try to unmute yourself. So we'll be going through the our design tonight. That is the Microsoft Word we'll be going through tonight. So this is what we are going to be, design tonight. And I believe that a lot of you have the paper, but for those of you who don't, the sheet with you, or for those of you who don't have it, you can simply just let me know so that then I can forward it to your WhatsApp. So for those of you who don't have it, now, as I've explained to you guys before that, all these things, in the world of design, we call it, manipulation. You have to manipulate your way around. The more you know, number one, the meaning of all this Microsoft Word, and not only that, then the more you also understand what tools did I need to do a certain thing or to do a particular thing, then the more also you become familiar with Microsoft Word. Is the most widely used software in the world today, because Microsoft Word is being translated into so many languages, in Spanish, in Arabic, or whatsoever. So it's daily use. It's daily use. That is any office that you go today that they don't use Microsoft Word, which means that office does not exist in the world. So it's daily use. People use it every day. So then once we know our way through the Microsoft Word, what to do, then the more things begin to easy for us. So now we should understand that all this, what they call this, this shape here is a drawing. It's a draw. They draw it. So Microsoft gives that room. You can use your mouth to draw whatever you wanted to draw through the Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word always, give you that chance so that you can draw. So now let's bring in our empty. Let's bring in now our empty Microsoft Word. So the first thing we need to do here is to go to our layouts. Then we pick size, which is A4. We pick size, which is A4. Then we go back to home. Then we should always increase our number to number. But in number 12 also is not too bad. But for those of us who are having short sight, or not only us, for other people also, so that whatever you do, so it can be visible for other people. So let's always leave it at 14. We can either increase or decrease the number. So it depends or not. So we have set our Microsoft Word on 4A paper. So if you people could remember, I said that the other time that before you do anything in Microsoft Word, you should consider the color that you are going to use. Try and consider the color that you are going to use, because it's very important, so that you will not have what we call conflict color, so that you won't have the conflict color. So always consider the color that you are going to use. So now, before that, let's go to the color site and try to see which color are we going to use. So these are the color that we have. These are the color that matches each other. So you can see there are almost about 4 layer color. So you can choose from any of this one. So if you decided to work with this 4 layer or this, so you follow them, serially the way it is. So for me, I prefer to go with this color over here. I prefer to go with this color. This one here. I prefer to go with it. So what I'm going to do now, So what I'm going to do now is to go back to my Microsoft Word. I'll go back to my Microsoft Word. Then I'm going to do my drawing. So what I'm going to do now is to go to insert. So from the insert, then I will come to shape. Then I'm going to draw. Okay. I'm going to draw. Then I shift it down. It's. I'm going to draw it. Okay. 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 Now, if I return back to my color, since I've decided to use this color, so what I'm going to do now is just to copy this number. Now I will return back to my Microsoft Word. So now I will go to, that is shape field. Then I click on more color. I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to insert the color in there. I'm going to insert the color and click. I'm going to go to the So as you can see, I've just dropped the color now. Okay. I just dropped the color. So what I'm going to do next is to go for the second color. But before I do that, I'm going to draw the boss also, just as it is here. So I'm going to draw this boss also. So let me return back. Okay. I'm going to go to insert, on the shape. I draw. I'm going to draw it. Then let me go for the second color, which is this. I'm going to pick the number. Then come to shape, field, more color. I'm going to erase this and insert my color. Okay. Now I've gotten the color that I needed. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to type in this sample logo. So what I'm going to do is to go to insert. I'm going to pick text. Then I erase all the typing in. Then I'm going to say sample logo. I'm going to increase the number of bits. 22 is okay. Then now I'm going to drag it. Centralize it. I'm going to drag it. So, mind you, as you can see, once I drag this one here at the top here, you can see that I'm having a white color. So what I'm going to do is just to double click on it and look for the same color of this the second shape here by going back to where I picked the color from. I'm going to click on this, go back to the Microsoft Word. Then I go for no. I go for no. I'm going to print this. Size. Number there. I click OK. So you can see. So I've just made the color to be rhyme with that is the second layer, which is the second boss. So now I need to turn this black to white by going to home. So I have to do that in home. Then I pick up white. So I've just turned it into white. So as you can see, that I've just go through the third the layer. That is the first one was this long drawing. Then the second one is this. Then this is the third one. Although if you check what is on in our hands, the invoice, we still have some writing under the logo. But for the sake of time, I think that one is it's very easy. You can always do that, because I just want you people just to get the basics, because it's very important just to know the basic. So what I'm going to do now, yeah, I'm going to put up the writing here. I can just easily copy it, and easily, instead of wasting time. And then I go back. Then I will come to insert text box. Then we pick this, erase this completely, insert my text there, which I've just copied from the site. I will make this as new line. So I can just put it by the side of this place. Then the next one now, let's look what we have achieved so far. So we have achieved this, we have achieved the second layers and some write-up. So let's put the invoice there now. So what I'm going to do is to go back to the insert text. And this time I'm going to erase this completely. Then I will put voice. I'm going to increase the number a bit. Okay, when I go back to home, then let me increase the number to 22. And I will drag it here. So as you can see, we are still having the same issue here, because what we've just dragged in now, we have disfigured, our design. So what I'm going to do now, I have to go back to my color, in which I'm going to pick the color of this walls. I mean, this layout here. I'm going to pick the same color. So I will turn back and copy this color. Then I return back. Pick field, more color, go to custom, and raise this. I put the number of my color, then I click OK. Then I will see no line. So as you can see, so we just solve the solution concerning that now. So now I've tried to do the upper layer, that is for the invoice. So I've just drew the upper layer now, although we still have to insert logo here, but that should not be a problem. You can insert whatever the logo at the end of it you want to insert there. But if we notice that here when we go back to our redesign, as you can see that this layer here, this boss, I mean here, it has a kind of a little white color. You have a little white color, so that surround the shape. So how can we achieve this? How can we achieve this? So when we go back to our design, we have to click exactly the first, then we look for the shape line. It's called width. It's called width. So let's move to this. And let's look for more. So what we need to do is to go to the shape outline and just go down. Once we click it, it will take us to width. Then from the width, we also have the sub menu in which you can also select how you want the line to tick. So let's at least use this one. Okay. And if we want to make it as white, you can do that. Yeah, I think it's okay like this. So I make it white a bit. Now, what we do now is to go back to the second layer. So we have just finished the upper layer now. So what we need to do now is to go back to the second layer. So what are we going to do? As you can see that we have, two rights up here, one by the left, the other one by the side. So, in Microsoft Word, if you are typing, if you are, familiar with Microsoft Word, you should always, have something in mind, or you should understand that, typing from left here, then go to the other side is not as easy. It's not as easy. Although there is a way to do it, but it's going to take us time. It's not easy at all. So as I always say that there is always a way that we normally manipulate and do all these things. So what we are going to do, let's go back to our design. So once we are under here, what we are going to do now is to insert what we call table. We are going to insert 2 columns, just only 2 columns, and we can drag it. It's draggable, and then we can bring this one also at the center. We can also still drag it and bring this one also. So now we are dragging the 2 columns from the table. So now we need to go back to insert, come to tests, try to insert text here. We go back to the second one, test. We also drag test here. So now, as you can see, we just dragging to 2 tests now. Let's expand this also. Let's expand it because it's expandable. Let's expand this. Expandable. So now we have 2 columns. The one we just dropped in from the table now, and also we have also dragged in some test bars. So for the sake of time, let's go to our original invoice. So all what we need to do just to copy this. Okay. Let's copy it. And, let's return back to the left side. Let's click on the box and try to paste. It's side. Let's click. Let's do this. Let's try another method. So, as you can see, we just paste in the first. Let's adjust the gap a bit. Okay, let's go for the second one. Yeah. Let's just copy this completely. Sorry. So, yeah. So this is the second right one. So as you can see, but we have lines here, and in which we don't want. So what we are going to do is to click on the table line, and we need to go to, that is no border. So once we click the table line, I'm not working with the text box now. I'm working with the table. So what I'm going to do is to click no border. Then I come to the text. Then I come to the text. So I'm going to come to the no line. Then I come to the second line. I'm also going to click no line. So you can see we have achieved just a minute.
Sir, please, how do you remove the table lines?
Hello?
How do you remove the table lines?
Yeah, please let me finish. You can ask the question and just I will come back to the question, okay? Okay. Just write what you just put down your question, okay? So now if we go back to our original, see, we have achieved the second step of the invoice. So we have through with the first one at the top. Then we have also achieved the second outline there. So now, once we move to this, the third item at the third place. So now what we are going to do now is to insert table. But before we do that, we need to calculate the rows and the columns and the rows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 rows. Then 5 columns. Then how many rows do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 5 columns, then 9 rows. So for us to achieve that, once we return back to our design, let's click under here because we are going to insert the table here. So what we are going to do, so please, if you are not talking, just try to mute yourself. So now how do we achieve that? Is by clicking under here, because we are going to insert a table. So let's go for insert table. We have 5 columns. 5 columns. Then 9 rows. So let's click OK. So this is the 5 column. The table also is draggable. And always drag it. Okay. So now, as you can see, that this is now the table. So let's also, if you see that here, our table is having a kind of design. At the top, we have black. Then we also have other color, like light, ash color, and mix up with white. So how are we going to achieve that? So let's go back and try to double click the table. So once we double click the table, we always see this icon here that will come at that table design. So from down list here, you can see we have different layouts that we can use. We have different layouts. If we pick this, but this is not what we want, you can easily change it and look for exactly what we intend to achieve. There are many of them down. You can always show them. I think this is okay for us. Let's check. So I think that this color is okay. But mind you, the first one here is black. It's black. So we need to go in and fill the color as black. That is shading at the top here. So we have shading. As you can see, we still need to try to, because if you watch what they call it, we also have our lines here. When we go back to the table, we have some line that show, at least those lines make us, to put in the typing that we need to type in our table. So when we go back here, we can always look for a way of doing that. It's this let's do that with this. line here. What we need to do is we can drag it here because it's dragging. Then we come here and drag this towards this place. So we can also drag this. It's draggable. Then we can also come to this place and drag it. Okay. Now, the first thing we need to do now is to have the color. Here, after the art color, then we have we have the item details. Then after the item details, we have quantity, that is QIT. Then after the quantity, then we have units. So units price. Okay. Once you encounter, you encounter such problem, don't worry. All what you need to do, just drag the table back. It's going to fall into a place, okay? But sometimes you may encounter this type of problem. So just drag the table back a bit, okay? Then the writing will be in place. Then we have so now let's go back to our original table and see what we have achieved so far. So let's go back to our original table and see what we have achieved so far. Okay. Let's go back there. So you can see we have achieved the table also by bringing all this together. Okay, so now we move to the fourth line, which is the payment items, paper, and these three lines we have here. So now let's go back. So we have achieved that. And the line is looks too sharp for me. Let me check down. Okay. Then just so now we move down to the fourth. So what I'm going to do also, if you look at it here, because everything must be, in a straight line. Everything must be in a straight line. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to insert another table. I'm going to insert another table. Insert. I'm going to insert another table. Then I'm going to drag it. I will drag it. I'm going to drag it a bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a text box here. I'm going to insert a text box, drag it a bit. So I'm going to insert, I've inserted text box here. I'm going to clean and put my text. Let me go to the other one and just copy the old text. Then I go back and input my text here. So then this line, how am I going to remove it? Is that, mind you see, before there are two things here. Number one, first of all, I insert a table. Okay, I insert a table. Then I now bring in the text box. And I bring in the text box. So now I don't want this line, because if you look at our invoice, there is no line there. So what I'm going to do first is to click this icon here so that it can take me to the table menu. I have to double click it. Okay, see, I've taken me to table menu. So what I'm going to do is that I have to come to this border. You see at the top here, it's written border. So I'm going to say no border. So the table, this thing have disappeared. So also, I'm going to double click on this text box also to take me to the menu of text box. So what I'm going to do to the shape outline, then I'm going to say no line. So I've cleaned if I click outside this box now, as you can see that there is no line there. So now, if you notice that sometimes you run into this type of problem, but the more you begin to familiar with WordPress, I say WordPress with what they call it, the Microsoft Word is the way you know how to manipulate your things around, the more things begin to easy for you, because there are some adjustments that we need to make here. We have to make some adjustments by dragging a bit all this our icon at the top, because I don't want it to jump to second line. As you can see, the Microsoft Word has already opened the second line for me, in which I don't want it to join to enter the second line. So all what I need to do is just continue to adjust all those my layouts from the top here by coming to this place. I think I should have 11. Then up here also, I should also drag it also, because it's too much, it's 18. It should be 11. Okay. By dragging my table a bit up, drag it, and then table here also is also adjustable. Can also drag it up a bit. Okay, let me drag this up. drag this also. This will automatically table adjust itself. So we can also drag it up a bit and drag it up a bit so that we have enough space by taking also this up. So this is how we drag, whatever we want, because all these things, they are just design views, so they are draggable. You can drag them, but you should not, you should know the limits of what exactly you wanted to, drags, because once you go out of the content, it really disturbs, our work. So as you can see that we have done with the first layer, which is this. Then we come to the second layer, which is this. Then we also have the third layer, which is the table that we just put in now. You can make it also 12. It's too big. So we have just done with that. So this is how we begin to do, our layouts and all those stuff one after the other. So before I continue, before we complete our table here, before we complete it, so in case if you have any question, I will just leave room for a question now. In case if you have any question, just raise up your hand so that I can give you a clarity. You try to unmute yourself so I can give you some clarity. Okay. Is there any question?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, good evening. Yes.
So I can't find my MS Word, Microsoft, my system again. Even my Excel, even my the other one is called. These three main Microsoft. I can't even find them again in my system. Don't know what happened.
What happened?
I
Your
don't
sister
know.
have problem?
No, I just opened it now. I can't find them.
Okay. What will happen is that I'm going to send the link to you. Okay. I'm going to send the link to you. Then you can download it from the link. Okay. Immediately after this class today, I will send the link to you.
Okay.
Okay. So any other question? Any other question before I proceed? Any other question? Because it's like people just keep silent. At least we get to some stage, we need to interact with one another. So let's just proceed maybe by the time I finish. So we can always adjust all these items that we see here. They are adjustable. Okay, now what we do now is to bring in three, because we still have these three items here. So let's go back and try to plot them. So what we need to do is to go to insert, okay, and pick the test box. Pick the test box, drag it here, drag it in the top here, and clean everything inside here. So let's make sure it's run. So now let's go back to our color, because we need to pick up our color by going back to this. Go to let's double click. Then more color. You go to custom. Clean. Okay. Now what we can do is that we try to copy this box here, that is this layer. So with this shape, we try to copy and we go back, then we click paste. Okay. So instead of drawing another box, that's going to take our time. Let us just copy and go back again and click another paste because we have 3 there. So let's drag it down. So now we have the 3 together. Okay, but this last one here, we are going to change the color. To change the color. Now, this last one, I need to change the color. What I'm going to do is to go back to the test color and pick this and return back to the Microsoft Word by clicking on more color, custom. So I've changed the color, and let's adjust it a bit because it's also wide. Let's drag them. So now we have achieved the 3 color here. Then if you go back to the our invoice here, you can see there are 2 rights up here. We have subtotal, and we also have so we also have the record. We also have under it, we have total, then 000. Then before we have the last one here. So how can we achieve that? So the only way to achieve that is to just come to what they call it, our home. Let's come to our home, insert table. Then we need to So you can easily type here and also go back to this place and also type. You can do that. Okay. Let's just put, but the table, we need also to remove the border. That is no border.
All borders.
Yes, we need to remove the border. And in this place also, we are also going to insert another table. Insert tables, 2 tables. Then we also need to remove the border. Sorry, no border. So click on this also. Just we have removed this, and still there is another line here in which so, but this last one here, we don't need any table. If you can see, sorry, we don't need any table at this last one here, because it's at the center. So what we need to do, we need to go back home to come to center and type $. Then I need to change it to white because I need a white color. Yes, I need a white color. Then up to X. But let me type it first. Then I need to highlight it and come here and change it to white. And then that white also, you can bold it. This to 14. Then we have also X. We have R. We also have so. Then we have the figure. Then X 0, 0, 0, 0. Then we also have another X 0, 0. Okay. So the last was just a drawing also that we need to go to shape and come to this place and draw the line. I think that should be okay. Let's raise it a bit. Okay. And let's go back to our shape. So we are going to use this. Come back to the word. Shape field. Yeah, colors, custom. In this. Okay. So then the under here we have You have to go to shape. This and drag the line. Then once we drag the line there, so we can always come to this shape format also. It's going to give us how thick the line we want. If you want this, you can pick this, but let's leave it. Let's leave this. This one. Then it can be dragged up with it. Then under it, we have insert. Then we go for text box. Bring it and we type in stick nature. We adjust it a bit and make it go back to home. Let's make it 14 or 12. And once we double click it, we don't want line there. Remove the line. Let's bring it at center. And we bring it under here. That is the signature. Okay. So we are done with our table, with our design. But don't worry, everything is being recorded at your own time also. You can play, rewind it. I'm going to send the links to, to the WhatsApp group. So as you can see, we have achieved our table. I think the last one here is this. Thank you for purchase for your business. You can copy and go back to and insert text box. Scan it and paste it. We'll drag it here. Let's make it a bit bigger. I'm going to home. Let's increase it to 12. Let's remove the line. Line. Then you can make it bold by going to B for bold. Okay, so this is how we have achieved our invoice. So as you can see that we are not having a conflict color in our, in our design, because I always say that anything that I wanted to do, let us always go back to the color side so that we know exactly the type of color that we need. So at the top here, there is a logo, but we can always do that. Maybe the logo that we dropped from Google or anywhere, then we can also insert it there. Or, as I said, for those who are using Microsoft Word from 2013, you can always connect your Microsoft Word to online. For example, if I go to Insert, then I go to Icon, this icon, yeah, Let me see. Voice. So, voice level. It's not there. Image. Voice level. It's not there. Okay. I'm going to do is to go to. I'm sorry. It's that page online. It's online. Voice. Google. And so these are the all kinds of logo online. I think we have not seen the one that is suitable for our work. No one is suitable. Okay. So with that, it's not a problem. We can always go to, there are, thousands of websites that you can just type whatever you need. They are going to create the logo for you. So that one it should not be a problem. But these are the major things that we need to do and achieve together. So if there is any question, please kindly just unmute yourself and ask the question. Please unmute yourself. Okay, I see Juliet's, you raise up your hand, so try to unmute yourself then. Ask a question.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, how are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. I want to ask, if we are typing, is it compulsory that we must use the text box?
No, it depends on what you want to do. You understand?
Okay.
It
Yes,
depends
sir.
on what you want to do. Not every time, because for example, if you are here from the beginning, there are some things that we need to do. I think in this design, we use a lot of text box, like from here, the invoice and this logo. And because we are in a design, we are doing design. But if it is ordinary plain Microsoft Word like this, and you want to type in something, you don't need any text box to do that one. It's because that we are designed. That is why we are using all those shape and icon and all those stuff.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, any other question?
Hello, hi, how you doing?
Sir. Yeah, I'm fine, sir.
Thank you very much. The area we need more information is managing the space of the A4 so that you don't jump the second page, since the invoice must be one page.
Yes, yes.
So that's how you shifted everything up to the one page. That is very important. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So in once you are designing, maybe you are just doing only one page, not 2-page designing. When you start dropping in your, shape and other this thing right from the beginning, because if you look at it, even though this one is even big, it's a bit big. This is my layout. Most of them compared to the real what they call it, the main paper. So I just noticed that I'm supposed to adjust some certain things. So from the beginning itself, you understand, you should know exactly the number of what you wanted to use in achieving your what they call it, your design. For example, now, as you can see, that from the beginning, this right up here were just 14 in number. So I have to decrease them to 11, each of these rights up, because it was 14 initially. Even though the one in the paper was just, I think, 12 or 11, but I did 14. So for me to get more space, so I should mind whatever I'm trying to input in any of these. Because for example, if you go to this at the table now, at the top here, we can also see, if I go to 16 now, it's a bit big. So I think I have to reduce it to 12. So the more I reduce my, what they call it, my test, the boss, I dropped inside the design view. So the more I have more space, to work with. Okay. So that we should have it at the back of our mind that when we are doing the design, we need to minimize typing, the box we drop in there, we need to minimize them to get exactly the shape of what we are looking for. Are you clear with the question? Hello, sir. Are you clear with the question?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Peace of the
And
Lord.
yeah, and I said the last time that when we are in the class, that most of us, the problem that we are having is how to hold our mouse. I really, a lot of people really find it very difficult on how to, hold the mouse. So, and I said that it's one of those things that we need to learn. We need to learn on how to hold our mouse. Most especially for those of you who have your laptop, try to work with your mouse all the time. Just do some practice, drag this, do that, do all those things. Then at the end of it, you become perfect. Okay. And one thing again is that if you look at the test here also, there are spaces. There are spaces. The space also can be adjusted. It can be adjusted by going to what they call it, layouts, and after there is what we call spacing here. You can adjust that, dragging this, and we also highlight all this. You go to the spacing also. You can always adjust these things. They are adjustable, as you can see. I just adjust it now. Okay. So you can also drag this down a bit. Still, there are space. They are adjustable. Okay. So, any other question? I saw the other of our brother trying to ask me some question, brother Alice. Brother Alice.
Yes, I was asking about to remove the table lines, but I think with the lesson I've got it, but I need to practice it and to make sure that I've got it. because my, this thing, I have 2007 or 8 that I have, and the new ones are a little bit different. So
Okay.
I have to practice it. Yes.
Okay, don't worry. The video, I'm going to post it online because I'm recording this now. The video is there. I've
Yes.
said it the other time that in your WhatsApp group, except maybe if I come on Friday, I will try to, if you don't know how to install it, not this Friday, the
Yes.
upcoming Friday,
Yeah,
I will help
yeah,
you to install it in your
yes.
in your system.
Yeah.
But I've
Yes.
sent the link is there. The link of the Microsoft Word 2019 is there. But I can resend it. But in case if you having any difficulty, so
I
once
think,
I meet on that
I think
Friday.
it's better. You come and help us.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to do that.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you, brother?
I'm fine. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes. So actually, I don't have, although I have some questions, but I wouldn't want to bother you with them.
Okay,
I would
you
like
can
to.
ask, because we
like
still have 15 minutes more.
No, so I didn't join the class early. So
Okay.
since I have my system now, just want to try on my own first. Since I attend the last class. But the question I want to ask is concerning the this thing you sent the other time, the link for the Microsoft Word.
Okay.
Because the other day I checked on the platform, I have not seen it. I was unable to.
I'm going to resend it again.
It's okay, sir.
I will resend it again immediately after this class. I will try to resend it.
It's okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, any other question? Any other question? It's like we are satisfied for today's thing. So I'm going to repost this video on the WhatsApp group for those of you who did not join us from the beginning. So what you do, for those of you who have laptop, you can go through, you can play the video on your phone so that once you can forward it, rewind it, and pause it whatsoever. All what you need to do, just follow the videos step by step. It's really help us. And as I've always said, that all what we need to do is just to master all this menu here at the top here, and then know what to do with it. Even though me myself, I'm still struggling with some of the menu, but I understand a lot of them, but sometimes I'm still struggling with them, because with Microsoft Word, once you are okay in Microsoft Word, there is a lot of things, any design view that you encounter with, is it Photoshop or whatsoever, if you open CorelDRAW, it's the same thing, just only a little different in the CorelDRAW, even though in Photoshop also. So far you are perfect in Microsoft also. There is nothing you cannot do, even though when it comes to the world of web designing, it's also in the same way. The way you are dropping this, adjust this, do this one, do that one. It's also in the same way. So once again, thank you, every one of you, for joining. So hopefully by Friday in the evening, we are going to have another class by the special grace of God. So see you, every one of you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a week. And good
Thank
night
you
as
so
well.
much, sir.
Okay. Thank God. Bye-bye.
Okay. Blessing to
God bless
everybody.
you.
Okay.